Yeah, thanks for watching today. If I'm there or not there, thanks for watching these notes. Your host, Mr. Newbo, in the house. Yo. So we're learning graphing absolute value right now. So the first thing you want to write down is a V-shaped graph, right? A V-shaped graph that spans upward or downward. So that's what it's going to look like. So go ahead and write that out. Go and write that out. A V-shaped graph that spans upward or downward. Good, good, good. Let's see here. So that's going to be, so the first thing we're going to look at is y equals x, absolute value of x, and that's the parent function. Right? That's our parent function. Did you already get it down? A V-shaped graph that spans upward or downward? Write it down. Okay, so I'm just going to choose some values that kind of go from left to right, starting with -2 and finishing with +2. So we're going to go -2, -1, so on your guided notes, 0, 1, 2, right? Then we're going to go ahead and do y equals, so what does y equal? Well, this is our parent function, so the absolute value of x. And in place of x, right, I'm going to put a -2 there. And the absolute value of -2 is +2. So we're going to go left 2, up 2. Then we plug in the -1, the absolute value of -1. Remember, it turns anything positive, so that's absolute value of -1 is +1. So that's the left one, up 1, good. We're about to reach the vertex, and the absolute value of 0 is 0, which is our vertex. And how do we know it's the vertex? Because it's about to change direction from going down to up. So the absolute value of +1 is 1, and the absolute value of +2 is still +2. So we go over 1, up 1, and over 2, up 2. And that is our parent function. That is our parent function. Up to the right, up to the right, up to the right. Up to the left, up to the left, up to the left. So you'll notice that this graph is symmetric. To the right, to the left. There's some symmetry going on right in the middle there. Makes it symmetric. Okay, so now we're going to flip over to the other side and try to find our graph. Wow, that's really rainbow colored, Newbo. Thanks, rainbow. What the? I don't know, rainbow. So I use my rainbow pen for that. We'll use a different color now. So we're going to look where this says the graph of y equals the absolute value of x but +1. And so here's our kind of standardized function here for absolute value. So y equals a absolute value of x minus h plus k. So you have your a value, your h value, and your k value. What do each of those do? Okay. So the a value, makes it like you could say skinnier or wider. Another thing you could say maybe is like narrow. Oh, that's pretty thick ink there. Great. There, that's more narrow. Get it? So narrow, more narrower, or wider. Yeah, wider. So that's what the a value does. The k value, my favorite, makes it go up or down, and I'll keep that in rainbow for you, for those of you who love rainbow. So it's going to be up or down. That's the k value. That's the k value on the outside. So that makes it go up or down. And then, last but not least, the h value, okay, the h value, let's get green. So the h value makes it go left or right. However, it's opposite what you think. Opposite what you think, okay? And then the vertex is right in the middle. The vertex is the dot in the middle. And so that's your h and your k. The vertex. So you can kind of see what the vertex is. We'll talk about it with this first problem here. So this one is just the absolute value of x plus 1. And so do you remember how the parent function, guys? Do you remember Just showing you before how the parent function is like this, right? The parent function. So all we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and shift that graph. You ready? You watch it? You watch it? We're just going to shift it up 1. Do you see it? Let me do it again. Shift it up 1, plus 1. So every point on the graph shifts up 1. There we go. There we go. So we'll do a different color there. So that means instead of starting at 0, 0, we're going to start at 0, 1. Up and to the right, up and to the right, up and to the left, up and to the left. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, cool. No, that still doesn't look that good. Sorry. That still doesn't look that good. Oh no. So up and to the right, and then careful, up and to the left. Cool. So our whole graph shifted up. Now, if we're going to look at the form of this, you would actually say that there is no a value there, a just equals 1. We have x minus h, where there is no left or right, so your h is just a 0, and then your plus 1. So your h is 0, and your k is 1. You see it? hk, which is 0, 1, which is right here. This point right, the little dot there, 0, 1. Cool. So then, there we go. So we shifted it up 1. So now go to the right side, top right of your guided notes there. And now we're going to take that same graph, we're going to shift it down 2. So instead of starting at 0, 0, and over 1, up 1, and back 1, up 1, we're going to go down 2, down 2, down 2. So that means we're going to be at 0, negative 2, and then at over 1, negative 1. We're going to go up and to the right, up to the right, and then negative 1, negative 1. Up and to the left, up and to the left, up and to the left. So all this graph was is take all the points of the parent function and move or transform down 2. And the whole graph is just shifted down 2. And if you don't believe me, let's try it. Let's choose this point right here. So that point is x equals 1. And so we should get negative 1 for the y value. Let's see. So the absolute value of 1 minus 2 is 1 minus 2, which is negative 1. It works. So over 1, down 1. Yep, right there. Okay, now you're going to move to the bottom left. Did you already get your graph? Did you shift it down 2? So now we're going to go to the bottom left. And so the bottom left is going to be this one. Ooh. What do you think that does? Use your calculator now. You got your calculator? You didn't get a calculator now? You need to get a calculator. Get a calculator. It's going to help you immensely. So get a calculator. So we're going to turn it on. That's the button in the bottom left. Then you're going to go to the top left. That's going to be the y equals. I'm going to erase those 2 that are already typed in. I'm pushing clear. Make sure your plot 1 is turned off for statistics. Get a calculator, it's 8384. So now we go to y equals, here we are, we're going to go to math button and over to num. Math button over to num, and ABS stands for absolute value. So we hit enter, and there's our absolute value. And so the x is right here below the mode button, and to the right of the alpha button. So just kind of see where it's red there, there you go. And then we'll go to type in plus 3. So what do you guys think? Is it going to go to the left, shift to the left, or is it shift to the right because it's plus 3? Well, plus 3 does mean if it's outside of the absolute value, that means up 3. But this is inside the absolute value. And since it's inside the absolute value, that means that we're going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and shift. Wait for it. Not right 3. It's opposite what you think. Ah, it's left 3. Oh, man. It's left 3. Boom. There it is, left 3. And so we're going to go ahead and do our graph there, which is going to be left 3. We're at 0, 0. And then we went 1, 2, 3 is our vertex at -3, 0. Right? Because it's opposite what you think. Be careful there. It's opposite what you think. Because you think plus 3 means right 3. But it actually means left 3. Actually means left 3. Don't believe me? What if you plug in a -3? At -3, what do you get? Well, you get the absolute value of x plus 3. And then wherever hard to see an X, you're going to plug in the -3 there. Oh, get it? That's what makes it go to 0. And that means the y equals 0, which is along the x-axis, because this is y equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so we're not going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. We're going y equals 0. And y equals 0 when x equals -3, which means left 3. Cool. So the other way would be right 3. Okay, now go to the bottom right of your guided notes. Whoa. Bottom right of your guided notes. And that's going to be, what does 3 in the front do? So 3 in the front is actually going to be a slope, you guys. You guys, that's going to be a slope. So that 3 in the front of the absolute value of x is being times. That's a slope. And so that's going to be up 3 over 1. That's a slope. Right? That's a slope. And any whole number can be written over the number. Any whole number can be written over number 1. So again, we start off at 0, because the absolute value of 0 is 0, times 3 is 0. So if you plug a 0 in, you will get 0. So 0, 0. And then we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, and then over 1. Up 1, 2, 3, over 1. And so that makes it narrower. No, you thought it was going to be wider, didn't you? But it actually makes it narrower. And then up 3, left 1, and then up 3, left 1. And there's symmetric. And so there's our graph for y equals 3, the absolute value of x. If you don't believe me, we'll go here to y equals, and we'll go 3 math over the number, absolute value of x. Now, if your graph isn't showing up, you're like, Newbold, my graph's not even showing up. Maybe because your window is off, right? Maybe you're going from like, I don't know, 0 to 10, so you want to see half the graph or something. What you want to do to fix it is you want to zoom in. Ready? You're going to go zoom, and you're going to go zoom 6. Everybody say zoom 6. 3, 2, 1, say it, everyone. What? Say zoom 6. 3, 2, 1. Zoom 6. Zoom standard. Push enter. Oh, and that gives us our 10 by 10 graph. Every time it fixes it for us so it actually graphs it. Okay, last but not least, for our notes, guided notes today for absolute value, we're going to go ahead and, if you have colored pencils, get that out. And so you can color it, or if you want to do it all in the same pen or pencil, you can. But really, this was meant for handing out these colored pencils. So if you want these, I've got them on the table. If anybody wants to hand them out to everybody, got colored pencils. And so what you want to do is you want to go ahead and like choose, pencil. I'm going to use gray. And so put a little color there like this. And then remember, that's the this is just the parent function, y equals absolute value of x. It's just the parent function. So that's going to be 0, 0, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. Diagonal going up to the right. And then going up and to the left. There's your parent function. Then you take a different color now, marker, pen, pencil, different colored pencil. You can pause me if you're still handing out colored pencils. Make sure you collect them all back. You need them back. Don't take them. Okay, so then this means, this means up 2. So the absolute value of x up 2. So you can go 1, 2. And so add 2 on the y-axis, and then up and to the right, up and to the right, up and to the right, and up and to the left, up and to the left, up and to the left. There we go. That's up 2. The next one is absolute value of x minus 5 on the outside of the absolute value, outside of the absolute value. And that is going to mean down 5. So we'll go ahead and use a different color. And that means down 5. So it means it's going to be down here. That shifts the whole graph down 5. Up and to the right, up and to the right, up and to the right, up and to the left, up and to the left, up and to the left. Okay, let's choose green now. Ooh, what does a negative in front of the absolute value mean? What is a negative? What does negative in front of the absolute value mean? So that actually means upside down. So you're going to go ahead and flip your graph upside down, okay? So start here at 0, 0. And you're going to go, instead of going up and to the right, you're going to go down and to the left, down and to the left, down and to the left. So that's an upside down absolute value. That's an upside down absolute value. Nice. Makes a cool pattern. You need to do this, lots of colors, so I can put your work on the wall or something. Okay, cool. What does 1/2? What's a fraction do? So a fraction is actually not going to make it narrower, it's actually going to make it wider. Remember, it's going to be a slope. And so let's do a different color now. Let's do red. Yeah, so this is actually going to do a different slope now, it's going to be wider. And so it's going to be a slope of 1/2 because that's what's in front. And so that means you're going to go up 1 and over 2. Ready? So go at the center of our graph, go up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. So there's that part of the wider 1/2 x, absolute value x. Then you're going to go up 1, back 2, up 1, back 2, up 1, back 2. And that also makes it wider. Cool. And the 3 is going to make it narrower. We already kind of did that one. So let's go and do that one really fast. It's going to be purple. So that's going to be up 3 from the center, up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1. Narrower. Up 3 back 1, up 3 back 1. Narrower. Nice. Okay, so then that's going to be narrower. Ooh, should we do yellow? Caramelo yellow. So now we're going to do yellow. And instead of, ooh, I know what you're thinking, left 4, but it's actually right. Careful now, it's opposite what you think, it's actually right 4. So from the center, 0, 0, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be our new vertex. And so now we're going to go up and to the right, up to the right, up and to the right. Up and to the left, up and to the left, up and to the left. And that means right 4. Right 4. And the last one, turquoise. It's going to not be right 3 because there's an plus there, but it's opposite. Remember, it's opposite what you think. Careful now. So that's actually going to be left 3. Yeah, that's actually going to be left 3. So be careful there, it's going to be left 3. So now from the center, so colorful, we're going to go left 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to be up and to the right, up and to the right. And then, no, it's up and to the left, sorry. Now we're going to do up and to the right, up and to the right, up and to the right. And then turquoise meets yellow. Yay, high five. Bam. High five. B-A-M. Bam. Knuckles, pound it. Okay, finish off by doing the descriptions now. Can you do those descriptions we just did? Go ahead and do those descriptions. Again, they're right here. Up 2, down 5, upside down, wider. Oh, that's what we say narrower. Sorry. Narrower. Narrower is what that one does. And then right 4 and left 3. Cool. So then watch my videos, get help on the homework, and ace it. And so next time we'll do, or maybe if I have more time today, we'll see. Next time we'll do graphing radicals. It is a combined graphing radicals assignment. So thanks for watching Absolute Value with me. And I'll see you next time. Do more graphing absolute value and also graphing radicals, because that's on the same thing. So I'm going to hand that out. If it's the year that I think it is, hand out combined graphing radicals. You behind the screen, everybody, all of you. Woo! You, pointing to you right there. Thanks for watching, and thanks for learning with me. And go on Canvas and watch more videos and learn and ace our homework assignment. Thanks for watching. Peace out and bye for now. Bye for now.